some questions, yeah, come over to YouTube. Oh, it really helps when you chuck the. I'm having a howler here. I'm having an absolute howler. Sorry about that, guys. Jesus, I didn't even connect my webcam. What is going on? Why does it look like I'm orange? What is happening here? That's better. That's better. All right. Yeah, great view. Yeah, bit of madness to end the stream. All right, guys. Thanks for your questions and comments. I'll be back for a preview tomorrow night. Like I said, feel free to come over to YouTube and we can keep talking there. Thanks again. Cheers for all the follows and the shares. Appreciate it, guys. YouTube. What's going on, guys? What is going on? Sorry about the old webcam there. So, yeah, plenty of questions again on the talk. Definitely suggests that this is another big trading week. Plenty of trades to do. We'll have the quiz tonight. We'll do that around sort of 10 to 9 or whatever it is. But, yeah, as always, we'll go through these comments one by one. So be patient, please. I will get to it. And, yeah, hopefully we can sort out a few trades for this week, eh? Carter is first off the bat. Do I boost with one of these? Kako to Marriage, Lindsay to Marrick, Kako to Smith, Lindsay to Smith. Oh, I see. Or save a boost. Ooh. Gee, that's tough. Like Smith and Marrick are both must inclusions, I feel. I feel like Smith is maybe more of a must, and I would go Lindsay to Smith of those options. But gosh, is there any way you can get Marrick? This guy could be one of the best cash cow options we have. Reese, hey Shorty, how are you? Do I go Lawler to Marrick or Lindsay to Reed? Is Reed too late? Oh, I'd definitely go Marrick, mate. Definitely. Reed's not too late, but I just think Marrick is a far better option. Reed is playing pretty good footy, though. Chucky, hey, Shorty, is it strongly recommended to bring in Moraes and Bice this week? Price rise? Yeah, absolutely. I think like the biggest thing for this week is bringing in the guys that are going to make us cash, because you don't want to be sitting there in round 7 or 8 when all the debutants have already debuted and there's not too many guys coming through and you're trying to upgrade your team and you got no cash to work with. So make sure you get in Bice, Moraes, Humphrey, Marrick. Make sure you get those guys in. Anthony, do you reckon this is a good trade? Lockie Neal and Harry Sheasel for Andrew Brayshaw and Lockie Whitfield. Bit sideways for mine, to be honest. So I think Horn Francis is probably a trade. Like I'm keeping him. Like I'll keep him, but it's only because I'm prioritizing some other things to get the cash. If I had 4 trades available, I'll probably trade Horn Francis. But Sheasel, Neal, nah, keep him. Keep him. Let's get a bit of a poll going. It's a weird one. Like Horn Francis, he doesn't deserve to be trusted. He deserves to be traded. But then in the same sentence, I'm kind of like, well, it wouldn't shock me if he came out and scored 120 against the Saints. It's bizarre, isn't it? Matthew, hey, Shorty, the pod champ ahead of the pack on Marrick. You are a star. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Look, we got to celebrate those ones. I appreciate it, Matthew. You know I love a pod. And if you watch the channel through the preseason, you know I liked Marrick through the preseason. And it just didn't happen for him early. But, gee, he paid me back on Sunday. Lachlan, hi, Shorty. Bring it on this week. Got you in head-to-head in one of your leagues. The win will be Richo Tribute. Okay, I'm going to have a bit of a look at that throughout the weekend. Taking down Shorty SuperCoach or cats dying at the knackery. Good luck, mate. Touch base with me next week or in the comments. Amusements in the house skyrocketed down 4 spots to 39th. Time to pack it up and plan for next year. Amusement, I just cannot tell if he's serious, you know. Do you like maple syrup on your pancakes with the side of washing machine? Hmm, unique. He's in fine form early. G'day, Travis. How are you? He says Ruben Jimby scored 85 on the weekend and is averaging career high 75. Just wondering if he's coming into his squad. Oh, some people have long memories. I'll tell you what. Come on, no one ever talks about Nasai Wanganeen Miller. I was the first one on board him. Jesus, I was a year early. But yeah, Ruben Jimby, one of my all-time stinker picks. Rebecca, hey, Shorty, hope your week is going better than last week. Thank you. Likewise. Well, hope you're having a decent week. Mine is going much better. Hoping that Nevitt isn't the sub this week. Yeah, absolutely. Look, honestly, he might not be in the team. I don't know. I feel like as a Geelong supporter, I'm like, you got Nevitt, you got Clark. I feel like one of them is going to be dropped. So it'll be interesting to see. Curtis, hey Shorty, how are you, mate? Thoughts on Neil Hold? I'm pretty good, thank you, mate. And look, it has been a bit of a better week this week, I must admit. Last week was a tough one, but yeah, thank you for those who have asked. Neil is a hold for me. Look, Horn Francis, I can understand why you'd trade him. He's never produced premium numbers before. He's very frustrating. He's scoring poorly. Hasn't even turned up. Neil is a proven performer. He's been so good for us for so long. He's had a bit of a quiet start to the year, but he did have one really good game. A few not so, but I would hold the faith. Hey, Ethan, how are you, mate? Thanks for dropping in. Jackson, I'm pretty good. Thank you, mate. Good to see you. Ruben, scared of Rao giving Flanders back. Thoughts of bring him in and have 83K spare. Thoughts? Look, I can't really argue the Rao one. He still worries me. Look, he dominated Melbourne, right? But I can't believe the way he was running out of packs. Like, this is a different looking Rao to what we saw last year. So I can't argue with him. He's looking great. Yeah, there's a little bit of nerves. I don't know if can he keep this going? Because we've seen the start to the year he produced last year and then it all went to shit. So I don't know. But it does look like a guy that's just ready to take it next level. Graz, hi, Unc. Hey, mate, what's going on? Nick, how are you? Good to see you. Ethan says, which trade is better? Armstrong to Bice or Camperali to Moraes? Or Stone to Bice and Camperali to Marrick or Humphrey? Oh, yeah, okay. I like Stone to Bice and Camperali to probably Marrick of those two. Nate says, hey, Shorty, how you going, mate? Good, thank you. Good, thanks. How are you, my friend? Good to see your name pop up. Next week's live might have to be early in the week because I'm off to gather round. This time next week, I'll probably just be arriving in Adelaide after making the trip on the road. Macca, g'day, Shorty. How's it going? Thoughts on going Horn Francis to Humphrey and Camperali to Marrick? Yeah, I think that's a fair call, mate. I think that's a fair call, and I'm going quite well. Thank you, mate. We got 2 more days, and we're on to school holidays, so I'm looking forward to it. It's been a big term. Shorty's a bit tired, but we're working through. We've had a few bit of self-care for old Shorty just to get himself through, mate. Max doing Rosie, Horn Francis, and Finn O'Sullivan to Rankin, Whitfield, and Bice, not looking back. Bang, he's just gone, see you later, Port. See you later. Oh, Detroit is back. What is up? Harley, TDK, VC. Yeah, he's every chance, mate. Probably the one I'm looking at, I reckon. I just don't know where to land on the C. Like, the initial thought is Cherry, but I mean, do you go Holmes? Like, would that be too reckless? Because honestly, my only captain options in my team are really Rankin, De Koning, and Cherry. Really, they're the only ones. And Rankin, like, he plays Gold Coast, but in Gold Coast, I just feel like there's no way they don't clamp him super hard. Like, he's been tearing it up. He's been on every footy show, just dominating. Yeah. I think TDK has to be the play. I mean, Cameron, you got to respect Cameron as a ruckman, but yeah. D-Mac, hello, Mr. Short. Sorry, missed last week. Good to be back. Nah, no worries at all, mate. Good to see you back. Luke, g'day, Shorty. How are we? Thoughts on the Cats game last Saturday night, and the round in general? Very frustrating, mate. Very frustrating. Look, just can't run out the game last week. Could we? We looked tired. We looked like we had heavy legs, and yeah, frustrating. But yeah, decent round overall. But yeah, the Cats. I'll be looking forward to getting there Friday night. But yeah, certainly looking for a bit of a response. So it's actually a bit closer than I thought with Horn Francis. 60% not trading him, 40% are. So I actually thought there'd be much more people trading him out. What's up, Shaggy? How you going? Detroit, thoughts on Rory Lobb's haircut? Yeah, it's a bit different. It's a bit different. I'll tell you what, I've received some feedback on my haircut this week. Jesus, the students, they don't miss. Told me to get a wig, told me to spray tan the side of my face. Told me I was going bald. Asked me what happened to my head. Oh, gosh, it's tough stuff. Stuart, would you buy 3 rookies that will make lots of cash or 2 rookies and 1 primo? 3 rookies, mate. So I know it's always more exciting to increase to boost the team up with a primo, but just think about all that extra cash and you'll be able to make so much more advancements to your side with an extra cash cow. I just don't think we want to miss those chances at this point. Graz, thoughts on Lindsay and DeConing to Bice and Bailey Smith? Yep, definitely good calls, mate. I like those a lot. Gavin, g'day, Shorty. Which premiums would you be targeting in the next few weeks? Yeah, good question. Actually, I was going to put a TikTok out about that. Did I post that? Let me see. What did I have? I didn't even post it yet. Oh, jeez. I'll tell you. So I had Gorn was in there, Neil, Sheasel, Horn Francis. For those that don't own him, wait for them to drop over the next month. Tom Stewart should be at a good price. Sam Flanders could drop. And then who else have you got? I reckon Nick Dacos could drop a little bit, particularly if he cops a James Jordan tag in a fortnight. And Sarong going okay without dominating. He's not going to be cheap, but how are we going here? Just got to upload this bad boy. All right, let's upload that. Yeah, I totally forgot to upload this. Just some riveting stuff here, guys. Just some live editing, and you can't even see it. How exciting. All right, let's post that. Good question there, Gav. Did no Bont and Buzz doing my head in, hold or trade? Yeah. I apologise. I knew he'd be a bit of a hot and cold ride, but I didn't expect his lowest score since mid-2023. That just pissed me off. But I'm a hold. You'll probably know I keep the faith in premiums. I still have faith that he'll average over 105. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you to do the same. That's just my choice, my philosophy on it. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, he'll 100% bounce back, because he's probably going to cop a James Jordan tag this week. So concerning. Ethan, best mid 550. Let's have a bit of a look, mate. That one's nearly uploaded. John Newcomb's going reasonably well. Who we got around the mark? 550. If you could squeeze up to Noah Anderson, that'd be handy. Matt Rowell, smack bang on the dot, going well. Yeah, honestly, it looks like Rowell's the play. He has to be the play, I reckon. Yeah, I like him. Cool. Patrick, I'm thinking of trading out Heaney and Sard. Good idea. I definitely think Sard, but what's Heaney doing? I wonder. I wouldn't trade him out. Unless he's going shocking, but I feel like he's turned up a couple of times. He just hasn't really broken out to some of his big dog scores. Oh, he scored a 78. He's not quite at his best, is he? So, look, I wouldn't trade him out. I wouldn't trade him out. I think if you were going to trade him, probably would have been 120 viewers. What the heck? Jesus. Hey, thank you very much. I feel like I just woke up and I switched tabs and I went from 80 to 120. That's actually PB. Hey, well, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate all your support. That's quite exciting. Jeez. Heaney, I would hold. I would hold him. Back him in. If you were going to trade him, it probably would have been before his buy. If you've held him through the buy, hold on. Luke, can't wait for gather around next week. Can't wait to see you and Tice. Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll definitely find time. Looking forward to gather around as well. Just looking forward to some holidays, mate. It's going to be sick. Amusement petition for Dan to get a lobster on his head. Charles, who should I put in for Sam DeConey? Yeah, look, I think he's either a trade up or a trade down. There's not too many guys around the price now because prices are moving. I think you could probably work your way up to probably Matt Roberts if you don't have him. If not, Riley Bice. If you want to just go to someone a bit more mid, like Josh Sin, maybe. But yeah, I'd be trying it. Even someone like Dan Houston, not a bad option. Clearly, if you can reach like Sinclair, go for your life. Nick, who should I trade in? O'Driscoll or Humphrey? Or go cheaper rookie and save the cash for later rounds? Well, I really think you need both O'Driscoll and Humphrey. If I had to pick one, what's O'Driscoll priced at? If I had to pick one, I'd probably go Humphrey. Here we are. Also think Hayden Hound affects Clark scoring as he's coming back. Cheers, man. Also think Hayden Young affects Jordan Clark. Okay, I'm with you. Sorry, that nearly blew my mind for a sec there, mate. Yeah, I think you could be right there, mate. It'd be interesting to see will he run through the middle or start a bit more half back. Kristen, Hold Day, and Meek. What's Lloyd Meek doing? I don't think Day needs to go. I don't think he needs to go. When he played an unbelievable half a footy, and Lloyd Meek's averaging 103. No. Hold. Yeah, hold both of those guys, mate. Look, I think you want to try and get DeConing. That's probably why you're asking, but I do think they're worth holding within their own rights. Nate, 2, I need to trade out of Nevitt, Lindsay, Camperelli, Hanley, and Lawler. 2 of those guys. Yeah, okay. I don't really know what Hanley's doing. My gut would suggest Camperelli even in the team. I think Lindsay, look, his price isn't moving anytime soon. And if Camperelli's not in the team, probably him. You could also part ways with Nevitt. Detroit in Bice, Humphrey, and Moraes. I like it, mate. They are the exact same inclusions for me too. Charles, who should I put in for? Oh, yeah, we answered that one. Noah, Sinclair, Zorko, and Bice in for Rosie, Short, and Leak. Thought Shorty. Yeah, look, I can't argue with that. I know you're bringing in 2 premiums there. Make sure you've got all the necessary rookies to make you some cash as well, mate. That's all I'd say there. Luke, should I be holding Day or LDU? Big letdown with LDU. If I get rid of him, I can get Will Ashcroft. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to keep LDU, mate. Look, he's been so disappointing. So I'm not going to tell you to keep him. I mean, I am, but I'm not going to bring you down with me. So I think Ashcroft's a great option. You know how much of a fan I am of him. And we answered that one for Ethan. Oh, Joe. Daniel, my pants have suddenly... You're a bad man. My conundrum this weekend is prioritising between Moraes, Marek, Bice, Smith, locks. Just not sure between Moraes and Marek. Yeah, look, I feel like the job security is slightly better for Marek, particularly with the injury to McGovern. let's not forget Marek is taking kick-ins, half-back, mature age. Moraes is just a younger fella who's playing on a wing, which is a traditionally inconsistent position. Yeah, he banged out a 90. He also banged out a 50 in a similar role. So I'd feel more confident with Marek. Here we are. Oh, yeah, the correction. Yeah. Waters. Hey, Shorts. Back-to-back 80s from Josh Sin. Decent roll. Clean disposal. Nice slow burner. Yeah, I know. Who would have thought? I sort of hate that I missed on that because you would have seen, or you might have seen, I was really weighing up at the start of the year. Cleary versus Sin. And I just felt like Sin was on the out with Ryan Burton and coming back. But, good call there. I don't think Lindsay a hole. I think you trade Lindsay. The only reason I would say that is I have scrolled all the way down to the bottom. Anyway, we'll deal with that. The reason I wouldn't be holding Lindsay is, look, you'll hold him and he'll be out for a week or two. He's still got to get rid of that 9. It's going to be such a slow burn. His price won't change that much for like a month. By the time he comes back, he's got to get rid of the 9. So, yeah. Luke, yeah, Langers, he's going to gather around, mate. He sure is. D-Mac, who to trade out of Lindsay and Nevitt, need to cut one to get Big Marek, whose side note I snapped up in draft. Nice, mate. Look, of those two, I'd go Lindsay. I mean, I know they're both struggling. They're both going out of my team. But I think the fact that Lindsay's missing footy, like I said before, I'd go him. Cats are playing Friday night, aren't they, Lukey boy? But yeah, I think they'll win. I think they'll win comfortably. Melbourne just not the team they were, mate. Not the team they were. Reece, do you think Marek is too late? No, he's not. He's not. Look, we're considering Bailey Humphrey, and they're like the same price. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating not getting him at his absolute cheapest. But yeah, it's not too late. Oh, yep, there he is Friday night. I knew you'd be all over it. I love Studi. 80s every week is poor from Horn Francis. He's too high priced to be putting those numbers up. Yeah, I agree, mate. And that's why I think many are parting ways. So I can't argue with that. Shaggy, what do we do with LDU? He's killing me. Yeah, probably trade him off. Like, you guys know that I like to hold premiums, even trying to show a bit of faith in them. So I'm prioritizing bringing in some younger guys and cash making guys. So LDU and Horn Francis both say they'll stay in my team. So I hope they can repay the faith. But yeah, for you might just trade him to a Rowell or some sort of sideways trade, a Will Ashcroft, or find some cash to go up to a premium, big dog premium. Marcus, Bice or O'Sullivan. Bice, I would have 140k in the bank. Look, I wish you could have both, but yeah, if I had to pick, yeah, it would be Bice. Zed, Shorty, why do I keep believing in LDU? I know. Look, he is traditionally inconsistent, but this is next level. So frustrating. I'm thinking the same. Patrick, I'm thinking of trading. Oh, yeah, we talked about that one. Riley, should I trade out Sam DeConing or Leak for who I can get anyone? I've got a bunch of cash. Yeah, I think DeConing has to go, mate. He'll start to leak a bit of cash himself. So, yeah, I would trade him. Hey, Carl, what's up? Short dog for a smile on the dial and a spring in the step, the people's champ. Thanks, mate. Always a pleasure to see your name pop up. I'll probably say that every time, but it genuinely is. So thank you, mate. James, Moraes or Marek? I would go Marek, but certainly both good options. Just going to take a couple of notes down. Just helps me when I do my preview. You guys give me a good feel of what the finger on the pulse is. James, there is the best looking SuperCoach YouTube in the business. How you been? You're kind, mate. You're kind. Now, been all right, mate. It's been a good week. Slightly better week in SuperCoach, which we love. Hopefully, we can keep that trend flowing into this weekend. I reckon I'll go live on TikTok on Sunday watching Horn Francis as well. See if he can bounce back for me. Carl, Can't keep a good man down, even if the Supercoach gods decide to drop the strides and back one out all over the carefully manicured lawns. I know. It's felt like that sometimes, hasn't it? You know, you put all this effort in, and then 2 weeks in, you're like, what the hell just happened? But it is a marathon. And you guys know every Sunday I'll face up to the music no matter how we go, no matter how frustrating it is, and we'll try and rebuild this side. We still have faith we can hit the top 5K. We're going to build. We're going to build. Luke has surely got some news. Got tickets to 360. Wow. So I'll be meeting your idol, Jared Waitley and Gary Lyon. Mate, that's insane. That's so good. Is that when you did they have a little QR code up or something? That's so good, mate. Nice. Anthony, thank God I kept Sanders. Yeah, he was all right. Like I almost accidentally kept him, really, but he did look good. Like the 88 was a nice score, but he actually looked pretty clean. Bloody loves a handball, doesn't he? But he does look nice. Joe, how'd the first goal kicking video go? Ah, Joe. You're a dangerous man. Riley. Oh, yeah, we answered that one. Ethan, Smith and Moraes or Humphrey and Marrick. Yeah, that's tough. Jeez. That is tricky. I think I'm gonna go Smith and Moraes, and that's a tricky one. I'm only basing that purely on the fact that I think you're getting a cash cow and a very underpriced premium. Yeah, work's been all right, thanks, Luke. So yeah, it's we reset a bit over the weekend, and yeah, it's been a good start to the week. Thank you, mate. Another look. God, I really want Moraes as he went on my HS. I went to my high school, and I know he's on Supercoach himself as my brother is mates with him. Mate, I bet you he's got himself in his team. Hey, Jack. Hey, mate. Shorty King, how are you? I'm good, mate. Good to see you. Pop up. I'm so jealous I didn't follow my bloody gut and go on the Marek train last week. Had him in till the lockout and then got scared. Once Baz was named, I switched. Oh, mate. That's so frustrating. Yeah, look, I haven't got a stack right this year, but bringing in Marek last week was a good call. Premium Collectibles. Hey, Daniel. Hey, mates. How you going? Thanks for dropping in. James, thoughts on Marek? Feels like a risk, but I think I'm going to take it. Feel like anyone can score in that designated kicker role. Well, yeah, you're right. Anyone can. Like, as long as the opposition kicks a few points, you're laughing. So I think, look, if it all goes pear-shaped, then so be it. But at that price, with that score, you just have to buy a ticket. And if it's a crap ride, then we'll jump off. But you got to at least buy a ticket. Big Bubba, thoughts on Lawler, Short, Horn, Francis for Sinclair, Marek, and Smith. Yeah, I think that's pretty good trades, to be honest, mate. Like Short and Horn Francis have really been underwhelming, haven't they? Detroit, never mind. I'm changing my trade. He's changeable. All right, keep us updated, mate. Jackson, the ceiling on Marek is just too hard to ignore. Eagles are turnover merchants, so the ball basically lives down his end, and he's being utilised as a main distributor, especially with Gov out. 100%. You summed it up there, mate. It is absolutely something we've got to take a chance on. Luke was going to get tickets to the front bar, but you have to be over 18. Oh, fair enough. Do you think being under 18 would have mattered in attending the show? Look, it seems a bit harsh. I mean, I don't know. There's probably some legalities around the show being in a bar or something. You know, probably these days there's probably some legal crap around it. But yeah, seems a bit harsh. All you're doing is just sitting down watching a few blokes talk. But Liam, I already made my trades. Moraes, Travalia, in with Simpkin. What do you reckon? Peatling had to go. Yeah, look, Travalia, I'd just hold on him. I'd just wait and see. Let's not forget that he was the sub and he came to the main team because of Steele. Just wait and see. Because that was his debut, wasn't it? Like, I don't know if there's a need for us to go early on him, particularly because we've got a lot of other cash cow options this week. So, yeah, he's only played the one game. So I would wait and see on him, mate. Hey, Unc, it's Archer. Oh, it's Archer. Hey, mate, what's going on? I thought it might have been someone from work, given you called me Daniel. Hope you're well, mate. Jake, hey Shorty, how are you? Not too bad, thank you, mate. How are you? I have what about this trade? De Koning, Lindsay, and Nevitt out. Mariah, Saligo, and Bice in. But I still have Short in my team with Lawler in my team. I could get Zorko for Short. No, I probably like your initial trades there. I just wonder, like, as good as Saligo's going, would you be better off bringing in like a Marek or a Humphrey for like extra cash? Because Saligo, he would have already gone up in price once already, wouldn't he? I think. So he's yeah, he would have. So he's already gone up a little bit in price, but he's still good value. Don't know. Food for thought. You can definitely you can get rid of Short another time as well. I don't think you don't have to rush on Short, but I think he does have to go. Ethan, I'm going Gorn into Zorko this week with captaincy. Yeah, good call. I mean, I think Gorn's a good option against the Cats, a pretty weak ruck lineup. And De Koning, Lindsay still out for Moraes and Lawler into Bice. Keep Nevitt. What are your thoughts? We answered that one. Yeah, I think we touched on that one before. Thank you, mate. Verified Captain Peter Wright. Oh, boy. RJ, hey, Shorty, worth using a boost to get in Baz, Marek, and Moraes for O'Sullivan, Pal Pepper, and Lindsay. Yeah, most definitely. I think, look, Pal Pepper's still probably got some cash to make. I mean, he's got a break even in the negatives. Keep that in mind. But definitely Smith, Marek, Moraes, they're must-haves for sure. Prestige, thoughts on Moraes, job security, is he a sub-risk? Also, thoughts on going O'Connell to Bice and Riley Sanders to Smith this week, or is Bailey an injury risk and should I go Joe Simpkin? Thanks. No worries, mate. Look, Moraes, of course, he's definitely a sub-risk. I mean, unfortunately, any younger bloke kind of on the fringe is a sub-risk, but it's a risk worth taking. And I would go Smith. I think, I know the body's a slight concern, but I feel like the upside is better for Smith compared to Simpkin. Even though Simpkin is clearly going well, I'm going to back in Smith. Liam says Horn Francis worth getting rid of, but other problems first. Yeah, I'm in the same sort of boat. Like, I think, he could go, but I've probably got bigger fish to fry as well. Got to do some other things. Kona, hey mate, would you fade Bice and Moraes and instead trade out Horn Francis to Baslenka, Flynn to Marek, Lawler to Humphrey? Interesting. I could fade on Moraes, but I really think Bice is a must inclusion. He looked fantastic. But I must admit, I really like those trades. So yeah, you're probably winning on all fronts. Marek, Humphrey, Bice. I couldn't really split them. They're all really good picks, but yeah, I do like the trades you put forward there. Verified says Dale or Whitfield. I'd prefer Whitfield of those two, mate. Detroit, oh no, surely that's tough. Your haircut is fire, brother. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Appreciate it. Cal, Shortos, how are we? I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you? Blessy, Horn Francis is definitely out of my side this week. Bringing Zorko, Marek, and Humphrey this week. Nice. Very popular inclusions. There's a real flavour. This week, no doubt. Liam had to get Simpkin in this week for Peatling. Was like-for-like trade. Fair call. That's fair. Look, his form is good. Jack, thoughts on this? Finn O'Sullivan to Moraes. Don't want to trade Lindsay, but can get Marek from Lindsay. Also like Humphrey's draw, but I like Marek's roll more. Yeah, I must admit, if I had to pick out of the two, I'd go Marek just. Let's see what you guys think, though. I must say the Marek roll, much better, I reckon. But I'll put it out. I'll put it out to you guys. Let me know what you think. As always, I've got to scroll all the way up. Cameron, shorty mate, I went ahead and brought in Marek like yourself last week. I thought I was the only one, but apparently not. Good shit. Yeah, mate, how good. That's one of the good feelings in SuperCoach when you're ahead of the game and you get it right. Because imagine if you just scored 60, I would have been like, unbelievable. But now everyone's talking about him, and we already got him, so we love that. Benji, Shorty, would you ever do a Blooket instead of a Kahoot? I tried it with my year 2 and 3 class today, and it was hilarious when I stole the top students' coins for the come behind win. Yeah, right. Well, I do it on Blooket, but is this a different version, like that coin stealing thing? You're a teacher as well, hey mate. Lovely. Well, not that I'm a teacher, but you obviously work at school. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, Whitfield to that one. Cameron, interesting thing to watch, Shorty, for Port Primos. Tough run coming up. And we are the number one handballing team this year. So I think guys like Rosie might not see the scoring boost we thought. Interesting. That's a good observation, mate. You are moving the ball very quick and trying to move it, yeah, very much by hand. Forward of the footy, hey. But yeah, no, thank you for that. Matthew, is Sinclair worth the boost? I think so. Yeah, I think he is. Oh, Pentos, what is up, mate? Oh, it sounds like my face absolutely lagged. Brutal. Oh, Langers. Hey, mate, how's your internet going? Jesus Christ. Well, nothing bobbed up for me, so hopefully our internet's going okay. Sir, DeConing or Cherry for Flynn? I'd go DeConing just because he's got the form, he's got the scores on the board, the break even suggests go DeConing. Verified, don't know what you said. You lagged. Okay, sorry. I would go Whitfield. Blessed time for that Macca's run this week. Really? I'm scrolling down to the bottom. I assume we're all good. Can someone give me a bit of an indication on the comments? Are we all good now? I must have lagged a while back, but someone help me out here. Thank you, Luke. You're a good man. You're a good man. Langers, you're an asshole. Jeez, I've copped enough grief for the haircut. I don't reckon it's that bad. Come on, bro. It's not that bad, bro. Oh shit. Hey, Sammy, what's going on? We answered that one. Thoughts on Bailey Humphrey says, sir, yeah, look, very good option. Very popular inclusion this week too. I'll be bringing him into my side. Luke, Will Day, or to Will Ashcroft, or Libba, or even higher to Sinclair or trade LDU instead of Day, or both of them, but then miss out on a rookie. I wouldn't miss out on a rookie. I would probably go. I'd probably go Day to Ashcroft. I'm probably all about the cash gen at the moment. Not that you get much there, but I just think, yeah, get the cash gen and don't miss on the rookies. Cameron Rosie hasn't progressed on kicks for the year, just handballs, and his kick to handball ratio is down from 1 to 6, or 1.6 to 1.1. This man knows his stuff. Good work, Cameron. I like that. Thoughts on Igloos? Oh, fantastic. It's good to have you. It's good to have you. Yo Flicks, started track, worth moving him on or hold on to him. Look, he's not a must trade, but I think it is probably worth trading him. I think it's probably the play. If that's not, it's not pressing. It doesn't have to, but yeah, I think it's probably something that if you have the luxury to do that, yeah. Probably the interesting thing is, will he get forward eligibility? That could be interesting. Look, Cats were pathetic in the second half, especially in the third quarter. Crazy how they went scoreless in the third. The way they played in the first half, getting up 32 points, Cats should have been good enough to hold on. Yeah, I know. They should have, mate. Absolutely should have, which was very disappointing. I mean, credit to Brisbane. They really changed their tempo and up the intensity. And look, when a side does that, you've got to respond, and we didn't. So, very frustrating last 2 games against them, giving up pretty healthy leads. Charlie, what to do with Horn Francis? Look, if you can trade him out, then trade him out. Look, I've probably got 4 or 5 trades I could do, and I've prioritized other things. So Horn Francis lives on. I still think there's a world where he bounces back this week, scores really well, but I've also backed him in for a couple of weeks now, and he hasn't come good. So, verified with Captain Paul Curtis. Jesus. Bazookia, howdy, Horty. How are we doing? Well, mate, bit late tonight. Forgot while slaving over the stove. Oh, mate, what'd you cook up? Good to see you. Carl, hold or fold? Shorty, track, Horn Francis, Rosie, or Jaden Short. Track. Look, I'll fold Jaden Short. I'll hold Rosie. I'll hold track. And I'll fold Horn Francis. And that might be hypocritical because I'm actually not folding him. But I think if this was just a straight up question like it is, then that's what I'd do. But given everything going on with my team, it can't quite happen. Yeah, Langers. Lukey not holding back. Paul Curtis getting a run. Carl stretching the friendship, those boys. Sam, Shorty, when are the position changes? Yeah, I believe they are after round. They're either before round 6 or after round 6. So I'm pretty sure it's after 6 games. I think it's before round 6, but can someone please tell me? Cameron, also, you reckon Stewart is still a top 6? I'm still holding, but getting frustrated. Obviously, yeah. I would hold him as long as he comes back this week. But yeah, top 6, I'm not sure. Definitely a top 10. No doubt about that. What do I think he'll average? Probably like 105, 106. But yeah, I think he's worth a hold. Shorty, you should get a lobster. How much does a lobster set you back these days, mate? You know? Jake, Sheasel out and Sinclair or Holmes in worth it. Definitely Sinclair. I mean, they're both good ins, but yeah, I'm so surprised that just feels reactive for me, like trading out Sheasel. Are you trading Sheasel out? He's a hold for mine. He's a hold for mine. Just got to find where we were. Oh, yep. Jack, bit worried on LDU. Owned throughout both previous seasons as a starter. He is a slow burn. This year it seems different with Powell and Sheasel as well. He's averaging 10 less touches per more than normal. Yeah. What is going on with him? Like, his center bounce numbers are still fine, but yeah, he is struggling hardcore. So yeah, I'm gonna hold, but yeah, it is no doubt it's getting super frustrating. James, thoughts on any dead rookies yet? Lawler, O'Sullivan, Camperale, etc. Yeah, look, they probably are a bit dead. If you can afford or it works for you to trade them, then yeah, that's probably fair. I still think for some reason Lawler's got a game in him where we're like, wow, this is why he was number one, but it's not looking anywhere near it at the moment. But yeah, if you offload those guys, yeah, I wouldn't complain. Certainly got to get in the cash cows that are making money and making it quick. Cameron Shorty, you should have started my boy Joshy Sin, like I said to Kids of Jet and showing it. Yeah, I know. I think I just got a bit scared off by, all those halfback flankers and he was on the fringe, but nah, he's looking good, mate. Short for yeah, definitely. We think we touched on that one. Whitfield, Tiger Ewald. Thoughts on Horn Francis and O'Sullivan to Marek and Humphrey means I miss Moraes and worried that Marek plays accountable though. Nah, look, I think prioritizing those. I think Humphrey and Marek are the play. Look, he might have to play slightly more accountable sometimes. He's down back, but he's taking kickouts, plenty of ball down in the Eagles' back line, and look, I think at the price, you just have to. If it goes pear-shaped, so be it. But, yeah, got to jump on board. Orlando, are these trades good? Out to Koning, Lindsay and Nevitt. I like those. Moraes, Marek and Boss. Yep, mate. Good trades. Good trades indeed. Cameron, final one, Shorty. You backtrack to turn it around because I do just feel like a superstar of the game doesn't average mid-80s for much longer. Feels dumb to trade such a star. Same goes for Horn, Francis and Sheasel. I think, yeah, we're pretty aligned there on that one, mate. I agree. I think he'll bounce back. It's probably more the question. So I suppose for Sheasel and Horn Francis, being a forward and a defender, as long as they bounce back to 100, that's fine. They're keepers, very achievable. Maybe for Petrarca, maybe it's like, oh, he's in the midfield. He really has to bounce to 110. Can he get that going? Is the question. I'd back him in, but yeah, it's got to be a concern. But I always err on the side of holding guys, like proven guys. Burks, can I keep short for a couple of weeks? Yeah, you can. Like I would have the intention to trade him out. But yeah, it's not like he's leaking cash. He's just not what we wanted as a selection. So his break even wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Like, what is it? Break even at 97. So he's not going to miss too much coin. He dropped 10K. He's probably going to be 5, 10, 20K here or there. So yeah, not a one that you've got to rush out, but I think one that I'd plan for leaving the side. Jake, hey mate, I'm looking at Horn Francis or short to Camperali for Bice. And Camperali for Bice, Whitfield, Baz. Seems worth it. Don't want to get stuck with short. Yeah, I would do the short trade. Keep Horn Francis instead of short. Pentos, not my usual self, but on a Supercoach note, thoughts on Will Day and Sardis to Callahan and Moraes. I wouldn't be bringing Callahan off of 50. But yeah, I could understand trading out the other guys. Moraes is a good in, but no, not Callahan. I mean, I think you'd go Will Ashcroft or Chera or Saligo. They're probably in much better form. Luke, I mean, credit to Brisbane with the way they came back. Yeah, unfortunately, we do have to give them a bit of credit. They were too good for us. Lockie Peters, Bailey Humphries, breakout year. Isn't it? Yeah, you're right. I mean, isn't it so annoying? Like, he showed us nothing in the preseason. He's always been a guy that you're like, oh, yeah, showed us nothing. And then just goes nuts. Here we go. We're taking a photo of this. Who is the professor? I've got to try and work this guy out. Good evening, Daniel. What an eventful day it has been. Over the course of recent weeks, I have observed your deep passion for AFL and Supercoach. However, tonight, I shall delve into the depths of your psyche to uncover the true essence of what drives you. I'm gonna keep going here. As a student welfare worker, what does it mean to be a good listener in a way that truly helps a student rather than just offering advice or sympathy? That is deep. That is deep. I thought he may have had more there, but where was his last question? What does it mean to have a good listener? Oh, look, mate, it's a deep question. It is a deep question. Look, you're not there to fix everything, mate. Sometimes you just got to hold some space. Just be present in the moment, you know. If I can get real with you, a lot of these students don't go home and have mom or dad or whoever listen to them for 20 minutes. It's chaos, or they can't handle their own shit. So sometimes just the important thing is to just sit in the space, hold no judgments, and listen. If some advice is there to be given, then fair enough. Yeah, sometimes empathy is more important than sympathy, my guy. But thank you for that, Professor. That was deep. I appreciate that. Detroit, Ryan Marrick is 20 shorty. He's 20 shorty. As in his age? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, he looks like he's bloody older than that, doesn't he? Luke, shorty, if you stream next Wednesday, won't be able to join because I'll be at 360. Nah, that's fair, mate. Look, I won't be doing it Wednesday. It'll be Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday, I reckon, because, yeah, I'll be on the road trip, mate. Bazookia, Lindsay could only miss one. Look, that is true, but if we say he misses one, best case, his price ain't moving for 1 week, then he comes back, price ain't moving much, comes back, price ain't moving much because he's got that 9. Maybe he goes up 20K, 30K, whatever. So we're not really getting much price change for a month. And that's in the proviso that he actually comes back and scores well, doesn't get a sub on return. So I think the play is to trade him. No worries, Waters. Harvey, what do you think about O'Sullivan's job security with Tom Stewart potentially coming in? Nah, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So he's looked fantastic, and he was in the side when Stewart was in the side. So job security is fine. Nick, all right, Shorty, it's up to you. Pick 2 between 3. O'Driscoll, Humphrey, or Marrick. Okay. Gotta respect what O'Driscoll's been doing. That's tough. I almost feel like we're just late on O'Driscoll, though. I'll go Humphrey and Marek. I'll go Humphrey and Marek. Tiger Rewald is a boost of Lindsay to Marias worth it. Yes, get the rookies in. Get them in. Yeah, we answered that one. We'd go Whitfield, mate. Travis, you said Cats would win comfortable last week, Shorty. Oh, that's not true at all. That is absolutely not true. No, I said it'd be tough. I tipped Brisbane. So let's not put words in Shorty's mouth now, Travis. Magpies, hey, Shorty, got 2 trade options, Camperale and Perryman to Marias and Bowie, or O'Sullivan and Perryman to Roberts and Marias. Yeah, I prefer Roberts. Bowie going well, but I prefer Roberts and Marias. Blake, thoughts on Harry Himmelberg with his upcoming fixture? Nah, Himmelberg's not one that I would consider. Just doesn't really offer too much in terms of value or being a potential keeper, in my opinion. So I'd pass on him. Lockie Peters, Wardlaw will be back soon. That could help LDU. Mate, I bloody hope something does. I hope something helps him because he needs to lift. Jesus. Garron, Perryman a hold, or should I upgrade to Sinclair and Whitfield? Oh, mate, definitely get rid of Perryman. Upgrade to either of those guys. Both are good. Probably would prefer Sinclair. Look, okay, I've gone LDU to Marek, frees up cash to go day to either Libber or Sinclair. Has a break, even 30k should make, or Ashcroft, who has Richmond. Who would you take? Then Leak to Bice, but 2 boosts. Yeah, fair call. 2 boosts used. Yeah, look, what would I do there? Or Ashcroft. Both are good options, but I think if I had to, I would probably go Ashcroft. I think I'm in that space of let's make some money. Let's make some cash because we're going to need it for upgrades. So, yeah, I think I'd go Ashcroft. We're smashing through the water today. Hydration is outrageous. Stuart, do you think Brayshaw ends up at top 6 mid? I don't think he'll be top 6, but he'll be close. Probably top 10. He'll probably average 111, 112. That's pretty damn good. He's a very reliable player. VC Dacos into Holmes. Wowee, that's a brave one on Holmesy. I don't mind it. Don't know if it'd be brave enough to go the straight C on Holmes, but you have been. Lukey boy. No, they didn't have a QR code. You had to send an email. Oh, yeah. I think I might have seen that episode. Yeah. Mate, you have to let me know how it goes. That's awesome. Nicky Boston Daddy. Hey, Shorty, you legend. Okay, here's the risky one. Finn O'Sullivan to Will Ashcroft or Lindsay to Ashcroft. Then Horn Francis to Humphrey. And then Short to Zorko. Thoughts, bit risky with 33 trades. I need thoughts deeply. No, mate, I like it, to be honest. I would go... I'd probably go Lindsay to Ashcroft. You know, they're both struggling a bit for different reasons, but I'd go the one who's actually playing. I would keep. And I like Humphrey, and I think Zorko's a good call. I think Short needs to go. So, no, I like those, mate. Crazy Tree. Prob's already been asked. Humphrey or Marriage? No, that's all right, mate. I'll go Marek. Verified. Thoughts on VC Smith? I reckon he takes the piss. Look, it's worth a bit of a risk on the VC if you want to feel risky. But, yeah, as we know, he can go big. So, yeah, I think he's not a bad shout. Oh, Pentos, you're a funny man. What's 879 times 34, Shorty? Wow. That's some outrageous quick maths there, mate. I'm just going to guess 29,848. If I got that right, you've got to do something crazy. What'd I say? 879 times 34. Oh, that was so close. Wow. Oh, that's insane. You've got to respect some quick math there. That was close. Zed, Humphrey or Marek? If I can only pick one, Marek. Matthew, is Sinclair a train we need to hop on? I think so. Clearly, if you can. I mean, it's a train that's moving pretty quick. But, yeah, I would do it. Samson Ryan, goodness me. Carl, gun barrel straight, shorty. Pull no punches. Camperale to Marias. Patton to Miami Bias. That's good. Maybe never or maybe never to Humphrey. Thumbs up or friend zoning that combo. Yeah, let's have a look. I mean, the first one, I think Camperale to that makes good sense. Patton to Bias makes good sense. And I think, yeah, look, that is, yeah, lock that in, mate. That all makes good sense. They're good inclusions, making the cash. I like it. Verified. Hey, shorty, is Lawler a hold and Dale a Whitfield and Smith VC? Don't mind the Smith call. Risky, but I don't mind it. Whitfield for me. And Lawler, either way, look, you don't have to get rid of him. But if you said, "Oh, I'm sick of him. He's not scoring anything good," I'd be like, fair. You know, he's not doesn't have to go, but I could understand why you would. Professor's back. As a student welfare worker in a school environment where achievement is often defined by grades, how do I ensure students' emotional and mental health are prioritized? So deep. Let me wrap my head around that. In a school environment where achievement is often defined by grades, how do you ensure? Oh, mate, sometimes the grades can't always be the definition of success, you know, mate. Sometimes you got to change those goals. For some students, as I'm sure you know, if I'm guessing who you are, sometimes just getting to school is worth celebrating. I've got some students where it's just like, mate, you hate school, but you're here every day. That is a win. Who gives a stuff what you got on your maths test? You know, let's just celebrate that you're here. Where for other students, it's about getting 90%. So, and then some students will fall in between that. But it's all about connection, mate. Here's a deep one for you, right? I read a quote the other day. Students that are loved at home come to school to learn, and students that aren't come to school to be loved. It's deep, man. So the students that are struggling at home, mate, sometimes we just got to pump them up, bro. Just got to pump them up, get around them, celebrate that they're here, make them feel good, build that connection because they might not have it at home. So there you go. Kane Farrell, J2, how are you? So good looking, short. Oh, you're a funny man. You're just too kind, mate. I love it. He's changed the trades again. What's Detroit doing? Horn Francis out, Humphrey in, League out, Bice in, and finally Camperelli out, Marek in. They're good trades. Got the Bice, Humphrey, Marek trade combo going nicely. Joel, g'day, shorty. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, mate. I hope you're well also. With 300K in the bank, I currently have trading Rao, Bice, and Marek with 74K left. You reckon I change it around and get Sinclair, Moraes, and Humphrey instead? Moraes and Humphrey, Bice. No, look, of the two, I like it. I mean, I'm sort of basing it more on the rookies, Moraes and Humphrey versus Bice and Marek. I prefer Bice and Marek. Flag Blues, here he is. Hi, Shorty. Sorry I'm late, brother. No, good, mate. Have basketball finals, but thoughts on Peatling and Finn O'Sullivan out, Marek and Moraes in, or Peatling and Finn O'Sullivan, Rao and Moraes? Get the rookies, mate. Get the cash cows in. Go Marek and Moraes. How'd the basketball go? How'd you go? Widescreen TV. Not concerned about McGovern not being there now. Reed just came down back and cooked his score in the last quarter. Nah, not too concerned, mate. Look, I think, yeah, there's a world where, of course, it could go wrong, but with a set of numbers like that, a break even like that, we've got to take the punt on it. I mean, worst case, he probably makes us 80K, like worst case. Luke, do you reckon I should risk it and tell front bar I'm over 18? Nah, I wouldn't risk it, mate. It's probably already sold out. Yeah, like you say, I wouldn't risk it, though. That'd be a disaster if you walked in there like, nah, sorry, mate, you can't come in. So, no, I wouldn't risk it. Pitnet? No, surely not. Surely no, Pitnet. Come on. They wouldn't mess with him. He's going so well. Whiteboards or blackboards? A bit of a whiteboard guy, mate. Yeah, we're good now. Oh, yeah. Are you seeing the Minecraft movie, says Matthew? Wasn't on my radar, mate, but let me know if I should. Makaza, thoughts on Soligo as a pod? Yeah, he's going pretty good. I couldn't argue with that. Zach, Marek or Humphrey, lads? Surely Marek with Garbat. Yeah, I agree. I would go Marek. Yes, get in the quiz, mate. We'll have the quiz pretty soon, actually. Time's going pretty quick. What are we? 1:45. So, yeah, well, I reckon we'll get that quiz code out in like 10 minutes. Professor. Good evening, Daniel. This will be good. He's got some questions going. I feel compelled to express a growing concern that has emerged from my recent observations, namely the considerable volume of water consumed during your lives. While hydration is undoubtedly important, I urge you to exercise caution, as excessive intake of water can, in rare but serious cases, lead to water intoxication, a condition that should not be taken lightly. Professor, you've always got my best interests at heart, and I respect it. Thank you, mate. I will look. We'll just have one more sip for good measure, man. I'll keep it in mind, though. I'll keep it in mind. After round 5 is the DPP. Awesome. Thank you, Ride Screen TV. Lockie Peters, Butters will help Horn Francis and Rosie. That is true. That is true. Trading out Sheasel is an overreaction, says Detroit. I agree, mate. I agree. Back him in. Some guys are just too good to trade out. Flag Blues, best VC and C this week, have DeConing into Sarong. I like that. I'm probably weighing up, DeConing, Holmes is in there. Cherry just worries me given the slight injury concern. He could be totally fine, but I would hate to see him not get up and get subbed out or something. But I'll assess it. Langers, Lukey boy, front bar is crap anyway. You're too good for it. Whoa, cop that. Senior lecturer. Oh, shit. What is going on here? Daniel, I am blessed that this futile YouTube algorithm has united us on this faithful Wednesday evening. Quick question from me. To what extent did the Essendon supplement scandal illuminate systematic deficiencies in the institutional oversight, ethical unaccountability, and what duty of care owed to athletes? Shit. Oh, Keenan, if this isn't you, I don't know. I just don't know. It does take me back to a very dark day. No, on a serious note, mate, it was pretty disappointing, wasn't it? I think, I guess some people would argue we still don't really know whether they were in the wrong, but maybe that's wrong enough. The fact that we don't know what was really put into those athletes, and fuck, hasn't even been that long, like 10 or so years. I mean, who knows in 15, 20 years how it affects them. But yeah, pretty shocking time in both AFL and Essendon history. And in many ways, you could argue the Bombers are still struggling. Like, they haven't climbed out of that hole. I don't think it directly affects them, but it just sort of destroyed their club for a long time. Yes, Tyson, Bice is absolutely worth a boost for sure. Kappa was planning on going to Rankin this week, but I'm unsure on whether to wait because of DPP and then maybe possibly go for track. Look, I think definitely get Rankin if you can. Prioritise rookies, but Rankin is a great option. He'll be a premium for sure. Anthony, do you think Fino Callum will get tagged more? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely... Oh, they got this week, Giants. Like, it's certainly something that will become more often. Probably helps Tom Green being back. These things ebb and flow. He was the form guy, cops the tag on the weekend. It can change. But, yeah, he probably will cop more for sure. Oh, yeah, Baz on the dinner. Got a bolognese on the go. Low and slow. Will be a late dinner, but we'll have leftovers for a week. Yeah, good call. I respect it, mate. I like that. Travis, rookies are never worth boosts. I'd have to disagree, mate. I mean, they are what makes our teams upgradable. You know, we need the cash. I personally think the boosts are there for a reason. I'd love to hear your thoughts on when they are worth a boost or when you use them. V chats, sniff for captain. Yes, could be worth a shout. Detroit, I know that I have 100 questions to ask. That's all right, mate, but I can't think of one to actually recall. Hell yeah, we fine. Thanks, mate. Look, we'll couple more minutes and we'll chuck this quiz code out. Thanks for all the comments and questions too, guys. I appreciate it. Proficient, should I go Horn Francis, Sam DeConing, and Fraser out? Moraes, Whitfield, and Holmes in, or DeConing, Fraser, and Camperali and someone else out? Whitfield, Bice, Moraes in. There's a few options here. DeConing, Cameron, Roberts, Moraes, Bice. Let me just dissect that. I like your last option. So I think I'm probably coming at it from a cash gen option or angle. And yeah, I think the Bison Marek option as well as Roberts is the play. Oh, Lukey boys, confident on the quiz. Look out. Zed, Shorty, we reckon Nevitt will be the sub this week. Don't know whether to trade Lindsay, Nevitt, or Camporale for Moraes. Look, I'd probably go Lindsay just on the fact that he's missing and he's already got the 9. But yeah, I think Nevitt could equally go as well. I think he's clearly on the fringe, so either would be fine. Josh, hey, Shorty, what are your thoughts on my trades? Out, Cleary, O'Sullivan, Caldwell, Bice, Humphrey, and Rao. Yep, I think they're all good, mate. Make sure we got all those cash cows, and you've got a couple of good ones there. Graz out, Short, De Koning, and Lindsay. In Sinclair, Bice, and Marek. Or out. Yeah. Oh, geez, tough one with Smith, isn't it? I'd go Smith. Go the one with Smith involved. I think he's the really important one to bring in. Carl, Shorty, an absolute hydro homie today. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thirsty as fuck, aren't I? Role model to all H2O deficient youngsters out there. Expect nothing less. Oh, you're a funny man. Go to the washing detergent, says Magpies. Luke says 360 is sold out. Oh, wow. That's so good, mate. You'll have a ripper time. Luke, Shorty, I've got to bring this up. I was up by a massive lead on you all week. Then Neil's score gave you a sneaky chance. Then the son of the bitch Marek came out of nowhere. Still, that's brilliant. I wish I had watched that closer. I love having all these leagues for you guys, but sometimes I just get there's so many leagues going on. I don't know where to look. Fuck, that would have been funny to really watch close. Oh, Jesus, mate. Oh. Gaming HD, Rao for O'Sullivan or other way around, and Leak to Sinclair. I'd prioritize Sinclair there, mate. I would go him. Carl, Professor Michael Porter just adding a saucy little touch of intellectuality. Icing on the shortcake, cherry on top. I try to spin some wisdom sometimes. Look, mate, as much as I joke around, fuck, sometimes things get pretty serious at work. So you got to try and switch on sometimes, I'll tell you. Messi using 3 trades this week. Perryman to Zorko, Sullivan to Moraes, Horn Francis to Simpkin. Nice. Have you got Humphrey or Marek? Make sure you got them. Stuart, hey, Shorty, are you a school social worker? Yeah, youth worker, social worker, whichever way you want to shake it. I work in the wellbeing team. So, yeah, really good job. I really enjoy it. Busy, but I really enjoy it. So, I'm just going to get this quiz for you guys. Number 4. Here we go. More water. Cheers. Okay. So if anyone's new to this, we do it on Blooket. That's where you can find it. And the code is just loading. $641-8614. Cool. Flag Blues, my brother was playing. He lost by 7. Oh, no. Bugger, mate. That's disappointing. Ned, Shorty, Bice or Moraes, if you could pick one. I'd go Bice. Definitely. Magpies, you should not do cutting the mustache until the Cats win 4 in a row. Oh, shit. Just let it run, hey? Just let it run. At this rate, it could get pretty bloody long. Henry, Pitnet is probably likely, in my opinion. Really? What? Just like against Darcy Cameron? Why would they do that? Like, the coding is going so well. I'd be surprised, but maybe you know better than me. Magpies, you're going to roll around for Wattle Park this year. I was actually talking to Cookson. I really hope so. So me and Cookson teamed up a bit, bumped into him on the train. Absolute ripper. So, yeah, maybe. I feel like I've bothered Caden a bit too much, but I'd love to. Nicky V, I changed the trades, bit more cash gen. Humphrey to Lindsay as my flex, Shorty to Zorko, Horn Francis to Marek. Yeah, I think getting Humphrey and Marek in is great calls. Cooper, thoughts on Lindsay and Stone from Moraes and Marek? Yep, good calls, mate. Good calls. Magpies, all these trading out track need to hold. He is track Oh, he's on track. I see what you did there. Is he on track for forward dual position? What numbers have you got for me? Because I know it can get pretty, pretty deep in the numbers when it does come down to that. What are you seeing, mate? I'd love to know. Flag Blues with the trade of Peatling and Fino Sullivan out, Marek and Moraes in. I'll have 327K. Yeah, that's good, mate. No, hold that in your bank and launch at a couple of guys, whether it's Gorn, Neil, Stewart, Sarong, any of these guys. Dacos, if he gets tagged against Jordan, you'll definitely need that cash and it'll be helpful. Messi B. And can we talk about the unacceptable and alarming number of players sporting mullets? Yeah. Oh, mate, it's too much. It is too much, mate. It's the in thing. What is going on? Quiz code again if you're not in. Widescreen TV. Shorty, I guarantee you when Pitnet is fit, he'll be starting. He'll be straight back in. Carlton win games when Pitnet plays, and Cripps actually prefers Pitnet in the ruck due to his hit-outs to advantage. Fair play. Look, it's a fair point. They are struggling, but there's no way. Like, the one shining light of the Blues right now is De Koning's form. So he might play and he might chip in, but I feel like it's De Koning's world and Pitnet's now just living in it. So he might help out and it might help, but I don't think it's going to impact De Koning massively. I bloody hope not. Culture, hey, Shorty, I'm lost on what to do, but do you think Sheasel and track for Rowell and Zorko leaves me 163K? So I'm an absolute hold on Sheasel. Back him in. Track, I can see either way, but some people have raised some really good points about dual position. So I think that's valid. And then you also say what rookies to get in. So, yeah, don't miss on, if you can, get most of these guys like Bice, Moraes, Marek, and Humphrey. They're the ones you want to get. Jacob, I reckon if Carlton weren't losing, they might stick with TDK. Yeah, fair, but I don't reckon they can leave Pitnet out if he's back fit and healthy. It's a good point around their form. That is a good point. Luke Shorty, SC5, if you really want to expose me. Yeah, thanks, mate. Anthony, hey, Shorty, I verse you this week. Oh, really? What number Shorty Supercoach League are we versing in? Mitchell, got to choice of pint at the pub. I'll go to choice. Look, this might hurt. I'm not a big fan of beer. Give me a Canadian club, though, mate. Or if we're spicing things up, give Shorty a Madurian lemonade. Why not? Why not, guys? Blake, any update on the pool table, Shorty? No, I haven't heard. And to be fair, I just couldn't be bothered going around tonight. It might be one to tackle on the holidays, but yeah, that was bizarre. Culture, hey, Shorty, new trade, Track and Curtin for Rowell and Humphrey. Oh, don't trade Curtin out. He's going well. That's actually like a good pick. So he's bloody break-even's nice. Negative 51. Like, hold him. Hold him for sure. Nifty. Hi, Shorty. Lead you all weekend until Hewitt sub and Marek goes berserk. He got me by 31. Look, I think Marek got me over the line for a few, mate. Oh, that's brutal. Culture, all get rid of Track, trade, and do Peatling for Marek. Yeah, Peatling to Marek for sure. For sure. Henry, not this week. I mean, likely to make a return once he's fit. Okay, cool. Lana the wardrobe door. I know. I apologize. I do apologize. All right, we got 38 in the quiz. I reckon we'll be close to starting it. Come on, get around it. Let's get this above 40. If you're not in, get in there. Bazookia, as a D's fan, I reckon he's 186 in the danger this week. Oh, yeah. The old 186. Jesus, mate. Can't be that bad, can it? Gosh. Thoughts on the pod of Kane Farrell? Didn't go Fraser in the end because wanted a bit of a pod. Was on the bench for 15 minutes. Was he? Mate, you know I love a pod, so I respect it. Sounds like if he wasn't on the bench for so long, he probably would have turned up. Track on 36.8% time forward. Nice, mate. Hey, where do you find that? I've always wondered where that is. Thanks for that. Widescreen TV, Warner and Martin will be only worthwhile for DPP. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Bazooka in there too. Oscar, do you think trading Leak, Camperale, and Sanders out for Humphrey, Moraes, and Bice is good? or just save a boost and miss on one? Nah, use the boost. This is definitely what it's for. Get those guys in. Yep, definitely worth boosting Cooper. We're in number 3 league. Okay, nice. I'll keep an eye on it. JRD, I bought in Dale, 65 points. Should have bought in Sinclair. I listened to your advice and waited for 2 weeks of data. I told my sister I have room. You get me every time. Oh, that's gold. You get me every time on that. All right, if you got 1 or 2 questions more, feel free. But I think we got to the end of the questions, which is never easy. So I do appreciate your patience there. 43 in the quiz. We'll start it up, I reckon. Good luck, guys. 12 questions. Let's get stuck into it. I'm getting a feel of a tough quiz. I'm going to say it. No one will get 12 out of 12. I'm just saying it. And I can't remember every question, but I'm just feeling no one will get 12. Caleb Sarong won his 4th Glendinning medal on Sunday, racking up how many touches? Oh, no. My jug of water fell over. Lucky I drank it all. There was only a little bit that fucking went out. He had 35 touches. My knee. Oh, that was close, bro. Horn Francis, D-Mac, Ozjan, and Graz. That was brutal. Yeah, dangerous operator with that name. Jesus Christ. Who is the other docker that Sarong equals with his 4th Glendenning medal? Lockie Neal, Matthew Pavich, Michael Barlow, or Paul Hazelby? Pretty insane that Sarong has 4 already. Crazy. So, yeah, Hazelby is the other guy. Interesting. A few went Pav. There you go. Graz, Fraser, Great Dacos, Lukey Mack, Horn Francis sucks. Who's on top? Probably Graz. Yep. Old mate Nee, Horn Francis, Ozjan, and Lukey Mack in 5th. Question 3. How many former Swans played for North Melbourne on the weekend? 1, 2, 3, or 4? No way, Graz. It kicked you out. What? Mate, that's not on. I can't get to the bottom of this. So it was 3. I think it was Parker, Stevens, and Constanti. Liber, Ozjan, Lans. Nice. Said Great Dacos. So who's in first now? Ozjan, Graz, Nee, Horn Francis, and Dacos. I don't know why it kicks people out. So frustrating. With a much talked about kicking style, how many goals has Sam Draper kicked this season? 4, 6, 8, or 3? Yeah. Please, give advice if you've got some certain browser that works better for the Blooket. I don't know. Seems to be a consistent issue. 6 goals he kicked. Waffle, James, Horn Francis. He could be on top now. Unzips for Cripps and Cooper. So does Horn Francis go to the top? He does. Ozjan, Fraser, Nev, and the Mighty Ducks. Question 5. Which of these Bombers played the most games? Joe Watson, Brent Stanton, Heath Hocking, or Angus Monfries? I normally pick out like some random players that are roughly linked. And I guess myself, and I got this wrong. Surprisingly, it's Brent Stanton. I definitely thought it was Joe Watson, but yeah. Waffle, Chunk, PL, Bazzo, Cooper. So I wonder if the Waffle's coming up here. Not quite. Horn Francis, Ozjan, Bazzo, Fraser, Nev's in there too. So some consistent leaders up the top there. As the Dogs stormed home to beat the Blues, which Bulldog kicked the final goal of the game? I wonder, is anyone still in for the 12 out of 12? So the final goal was James O'Donnell. Many would have thought, yeah, Norton kicked what was probably the sealer, but O'Donnell kicked the last goal. Zed, Fraser, Caitlin, Lukey Mack, King Josh. So Fraser could move up here. He's first now. Ozjan, Bazo, Lukey Mack, and McCuzzer enters the leaderboard. In the 2022 draft, which player was drafted highest? Some people will interpret it differently, but pick one, in my opinion, is the highest. Sheasel, Wardlaw, Ashcroft, or Cadman. I reckon this one's probably the easiest one in the quiz. Had a few tough ones. I expect some good results here. Yeah, there we go. Few had Sheasel, but yes, Cadman was, of course, pick one. Shorty's Pookie, Caitlin, Zed, Ozjan, and D-Mac. That's wild. Ozjan's back. Fraser, Lukey Mack, Zed, and McCuzzer. So Lukey Mack is lurking. He said he was confident. I reckon he's a big chance from here. Andrew Cracker sadly passed during the week. What number did he wear at Richmond? Many of you would have seen, a lot of the highlights and stuff. Very, very sad. Could kick a goal, couldn't he? And take a mark for that matter. But did he wear 7, 27, 42, or 21? He wore number 27. Waffle, Pookie, James, Detroit Lions, PL. So what's the leaderboard doing? Zed goes to the top. Lukey's in second. Wow, this is going to be a pretty close finish. Question 9. Brody Kemp kicked 5 goals on Friday night. What was his previous best goal haul in a game? I thought he kicked 5 multiple times. Hope I haven't got that wrong. I must have checked it. Anyway. 4 was the answer. PL, Ozjan, unzips for Cripps, Eric Hipwood, Connor. So Ozjan could be on top. He does go to the top. Lukey Mack, PL, King Josh, and unzips. This leaderboard is top place is going all over the shop. Question 10. Matt Rowell had a career high disposals on the weekend with 36. What was his previous best disposal count? 35, 31, 28, 32. Surprisingly, 35. I felt like he wasn't a big ball winner, but I guess he must have had a big day previously too. Ozjan, James G, Caitlin, Zed, and Matt. So this is going to be close between Ozjan and Zed. Ozjan's on top. PL, Lukey Mack. Oh, where did Zed go? PL into second. Let's go. Question 11. Who won the last official preseason competition held in 2013? Back in the day where we'd have actual comps. I kind of enjoyed it, to be honest. But who won the last official one? It was the Brisbane Lions. So there you go. That's a bit of a game changer. Only 6 got it right. They beat Carlton. Waffle, Chunks, Lana gets it nice. Big Daddy, Lukey Max. This could be huge for Luke. He goes to the top. Holy shit. Huge play from Luke. Question 12. Who is currently leading the AFL coaches' votes? Jordan Dawson, Tom Liberatore, Tom DeConing, or Noah Anderson? Huge finish here, and I'm not going to lie, I was surprised by this. So Jordan Dawson is leading. That was split with Tommy Liberatore on the board there. So has Luke held on? In third is PL. In second, confident, and that's why. That is why he Bradbury style and stolen it in the last 2 questions. That is huge. Well done. Well done, mate. Well done. Well played. Well played. Can anyone out there give me some thoughts on why do people get kicked out of this thing? I can't do Kahoot. I'm not going to pay for it, but wow, well done, guys. Is it I don't know why people get kicked out. Is it a certain type of browser? I don't know. Yeah, Carl, we love it. That's it. Thanks, Verify. That's it, Detroit. That's it. That's it. Safari on iPhone is fine for me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Ozjan's rolling on the iPhone. Yeah. I guess all I can say is if you get kicked out consistently, yeah, bloody try Chrome or Safari or the phone or I don't know, try something incognito. I don't know. But yeah. Did on the phone still can okay. Yeah, sorry guys. I do apologize. It is frustrating because yeah, unfortunately I don't think there's much I can do about it. Good stuff, James. Nice, Lukey. Yeah, I think Sweet probably is a trade, Harvey. I think he's probably a trade. Yeah, thanks, Detroit. Thanks, mate. Yeah, 2 days and then holidays, hey? How good. Now I hope you guys have a good week. Joel. Yeah. Look, I think enjoy the week yourselves. I'll be back. I finish work late tomorrow night, so the preview will be out a bit later. And then yeah, I'll keep you posted on when I go live next week. Because I'm going to gather around, it'll either be Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, I'll let you know. Good stuff. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Luke. Verified, Anthony. Good stuff. See you, mate. Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much, guys. Appreciate all your support. The weekly live's always a highlight, mate. I always enjoy it. So good to see the familiar names as always. I will talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. See you, mate.